So it's all to play for still.
I think so. Do you want to bet against us?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Europa League Draw 2023, which features Aston Villa. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'm actually more looking forward to them being on time, hopefully, which, knowing UEFA, may not happen. Just as I say that, they've just gone live, and we've got Alex Scott talking about it from the Forum Gilles Dromandi in Monaco. And they're going to be doing the draw here in a moment. Exciting stuff. Matt Smith and Alex Scott hosting the draw here. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to mute this for a moment because I'm going to take you guys down through. Can I do this without sharing the screen? I think I can. Okay. Let's hope that I don't get struck down for copyright for this one because I am not YouTube. Fair use. Fair use. I am not sharing this willfully, as in I am not sharing the video of this willfully. What I want to share is the purpose and conditions of the draw, which will be very much a case of the draw procedure will be a ball is drawn at random from pot one and open to display the name, and that will go into a group. The first available group marked either A to G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, A to H, and so on and so forth. A ball will be drawn from pot one. All the balls will be drawn from pot one first, then pot two, pot three, and pot four. And Villa are on pot two at the moment. So at the risk of missing out on the actual draw itself, I am going to just take that down off the screen. Also, I am terrified of somebody being litigious in UEFA and getting my YouTube channel taken down. Some comments here as well, everybody. See who you're looking to get. Once again, I'm going to just mute this. I'll bring this all the way down here in my ear. Thomas saying, I'd quite like to get Helsinki. I can get there easy. Yeah, Helsinki would be nice. Helsinki is nice this time of year. Where else are we? And Stephen says Helsinki's his home. So we're all, I hope you have a big couch, Stephen, because we're all staying in your couch. We're all staying in your couch if we draw Helsinki. Looks like the knockout round is, oh no, they're doing a feature on. Oh, that's a bit embarrassing. Arthur Cabral is the feature that they're doing on Fiorentina, and I don't even think he's a Fiorentina player anymore. So it looks like this one was recorded a long time ago. But yeah, Stephen, I hope that you've got a big couch so that we can all stay on your couch when we draw Helsinki. John Donovan is looking for Blues away. That would be a turn up for the book. That could go into my conspiracy theory piece. If we manage to draw Blues away, then I think there's something up in UEFA. I think it might warrant investigation. Where else are we here on this one? Oh, I'm looking at Declan Rice now. It looks like it's into the final. They're talking to Declan Rice. They're talking to Kier, the other that is showing Declan Rice's goal, the penalty shootout. Yeah. For AZ Alkmaar. Yeah, there's a nice little I confused it at the start. It seems to be a montage of all last year's performances as well. So nice. I'm sure they'll get drawing after this. Where else are we looking for? Matt Hanlon, thank you so much for that. Yeah, Colin mentioned something about this. I'm waiting to see what the explanation is, but I do know that based on clubs of the same, so there is a reason that clubs can't be drawn in certain groups. The groupings are segregated into a red group and a blue group. More will probably be announced. If you guys are watching this along with on UEFA TV, they will announce that as well. I'll try and give you guys a breakdown on it as best I can as they're announcing it. But so what is going to happen is where realistically possible, every single team will have 3 games that will kick off at either 4:30 Central European time, 5:45 Central European time, and then they will have 3 games that will kick off at what was it? I think it was 8:45 Central European time. So British time, that would be there's potential for games to kick off at 5:45, or there's potential for games to kick off at games to kick off at 6:30, or potential for games to 5:30, sorry, or potential for games to kick off at 7:45 as well. And it seems to be that where possible, you'll have 3 games that will have the early kickoff and 3 games that will have the late kickoff. There's also parameters around the Nordic teams. In game week 6, they will be drawn away from home. They will have to have an away fixture due to their grounds not being playable due to severe conditions in that area of the world. So Matt Smith is back, and so is Alex Scott. And I'm just going to take a listen to these guys here as they are explaining what is going on. Edging closer to the draw here at the moment for the Conference League. Before we get started, they're going to celebrate 2 players who really shone brightest in last year's competition. Decky Rice, Ireland, part of Ireland and England, now at Arsenal. Andy Diouf as well. He was the young player of the year last season, Andy Diouf. I think he's moved to Lens this year as well. Yeah, really good up and coming player. From Basel, I think he played at Basel last season. Oh yeah, they just mentioned it there. He's moved to Lens. Yeah, yeah. Mark Noble is going to be drawing the balls, it seems, everybody. 550 odd appearances for West Ham. They're just going to announce him come up. Yeah, Mark Noble, everybody's going to be drawing the balls. In fairness, 568 West Ham appearances. Not too many people are one club main anymore. Fair play to Mark Noble. I know it's easy for us to say that if we got a chance with Aston Villa, being boyhood supporters of the club, that we'd stay there forever. But it's a lot easier said than done, I think, if that makes sense. A lot easier said than done. While they're just bringing on Mark Noble with the cup in his hand, I'm going to mute them again here until. There's Alexander Seferin, my good friend Alexander Seferin, who I'm just not sure of with his leadership with UEFA at the moment. Don't know whether he has much of a backbone, but time will tell. Time will tell. Philly D asks, is Paddy at the draw representing us? Paddy is at the draw. Paddy's at the draw, making sure that there's no shenanigans. Yeah. If you see somebody storm the stage at any point during the draw, it's probably Patrick. Yeah, it's probably Paddy. Paul Aston. I'm not falling for that one, Paul Aston. That striker, I'm not falling for that one. I'm not falling for it. Where are we? Where are we? Just going back against your some of your comments there, should I say? I presume everybody's excited for this. I'm really excited for it. I'm excited to see who we draw. I would have liked to draw on Fiorentina, but we're in the same group as them, so we can't. We're in the same pot as them, so we can't draw them. I just think that's a nice trip to make, and they're a top team. Like, so I'm torn between wanting easy games in the groups, but I also want memorable games, because look, being in Europe is not a given for Aston Villa, and sometimes you want to have memorable games. Like, how many of us remember the Atletico Madrid game, even though we lost? And yes, I want us to win every game that we play. Yes, I want us to win every single game that we play in the league. I want us to go on and win the competition, see what it's done for. Like, there's a West Ham player on the stage talking about his team winning a European competition. That's brilliant for PR. That's brilliant for marketing. That's brilliant for stature, club stature building. I want an Aston Villa player to be there next season. I want that to be Tyrone Mings. I want that to be John McGinn. I want that to be
uh, Ian Taylor, Tony Daly, whatever former villain that you want. I want that. That's what I want it to be. So they're calling on the next person to come up, and we're going to see who this is. Oh, Trania Stellas is the other person, the Greek player, the Grecian. Um, I'm going to mute that there, just as they're bringing him on stage. Um, Somebody asked there who would be what would be my preferred draw. Let me bring up the groupings there again for myself so that I can see what the groupings are. I suppose from pot one, um I'd love one of the Belgian teams. I think Club Brugge. I think they're a really good team. I think they're obviously beatable. Villa can go and beat them. They're a good young team. And Bruges is a lovely place to go to. I've not been, but I've seen that film with Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson. Yeah, it looks good from that point of view. From pot two, we are in pot two, so we can't draw anyone from there. Pot three, I would love us to draw. I think it'd be funny if we got Astana and Kazakhstan, just because. But I think Helsinki would be who I'd like to get there. I personally would love to go to Helsinki, Finland. Wouldn't be great in the pocket for pints of beer, but still lovely country. And then in the last bucket there, I think again bring on either Aberdeen, because I love that city. I've been there loads of times. The Granite City, I absolutely love it. And I would love to go to Aberdeen. I've got I know people there, and it would be fantastic. But I'd also love to go to Norgeland, or hey, everybody should want to draw KI from the Faroe Islands, because I think that's the real success story of this Conference League. A team from the Faroe Islands in the group stages of the Conference League, beating some good teams to get there. Have any of you been to the Faroe Islands? We make an absolutely fantastic away day for the 40 people who'll get tickets. But still, I think it would be pretty cool to draw them as well. Yeah, Jonathan Ridgway agrees with me, saying the Faroe Islands team, and Philly D says about the team from the Faroe Islands as well. Where else are we? Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, Club Brugge as well. That Mignolet is in goals for them, I think. Yeah, I think he is. I'm going to turn these guys back up again, see what they're talking about. Yeah, they're asking Dellas, is he a big player? He's tall. He looks like he's about 6'4". He's a big man. There's Christian Carambeau, Luis Figo. They're they're back, taking their place behind the poles. Let's go. That's what we're all here for. Conduct the draw. UEFA Deputy General Tobias Hedgestuck. And I missed the other person's name because I was clapping my hands. That guy does look like a Tobias, in fairness. Here we go. Giorgio Marchetti, the UEFA Deputy General Secretary. He does look like a Giorgio as well. Really well dressed. Lovely suit, I must say. Very well pressed. We're setting sail on a journey. This is what we're doing. So I'm told by these guys in the screen anyway. Shooting's Tweet asked me to explain how they're doing the draw. Essentially, they're going to pick every team from pot one first, and they'll be allocated a pot. They won't be able to go into certain group. Sorry, they'll be allocated a group. They won't be able to go into certain groups due to clashes between associations. So you can't have like Ghent and Club Brugge can't play together. So two Belgian teams can't be in the same group together. They have to be separated into groups. And there are 3 Belgian teams, I think, in the draw. So that does complicate it a small bit. So there are little idiosyncrasies like that as well. So essentially, we're going to let the computer do it, and I'll explain what groups they're in, even though I won't know why they're in certain groups. We'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, Jonathan Ridgway is asking the pre-recorded video. I love that one. I put up online on Twitter earlier on, and I said, so what's your favorite football draw conspiracy theory? And I got an absolute banger from, I think it was from Matt, and he put in that
all the cards are actually green that they have in the boxes, and they superimpose because that makes it a green screen. They superimpose the teams that they want on the green screen cards. That's a banger of a conspiracy theory. Oh, I loved it. I loved it. It beats the heating up the balls so that Villa draw United every single season. It beats that hands down. I loved it. Introduction of technology will always get me every time. Here we go. It looks like something's happening, guys. Yeah, and the 32 teams have been allocated to 4 pots. 1, 2, 3, 4 in accordance with coefficients. Pot 1 is the top 8 via coefficient. Pot 2 the following 8, and so on and so forth. Pot clubs from the same country can't be in the same group. TV kickoff times are split for TV reasons. One early, one late. If they're from the same association, the 8 groups will be distinguished by colors. A to D will be red, and E to H will be blue, and that's due to the TV reasons because teams from the same associations can't, same countries can't play at the same time for TV reasons. Like we had recently with Villa being on Villa TV and Aberdeen being on BBC Scotland. They're going into stuff with regards to people who dropped out of the Europa League. I don't understand this part. It's gone a bit complex now, so bear with me. You just trust them in this instance. I'd imagine it'd be interesting to see who's there from the Villa contingent. Might be. I'd be surprised if Monchi was there. Could be Chris Heck. Why not? He's not really going to be involved in player signings. I would imagine that there would be power of attorney. I'd imagine Monchi would have power of attorney to be able to sign checks. Like you'd imagine that would be that would be given at some stage, or power of the accountancy, or whatever you want to call it. Jack says it takes hours to do these draws. I actually watched I had the Europa League draw, and I was surprised it took less than 20 minutes. Took less than 20 minutes to do. Once they explain, it takes longer to explain the bloody thing than it does to get the actual thing done. So we'll see. We'll see. I am on a time limit as well, so if you could speed it up, Giorgio and Tobias, Mark, and Mr. Dellis, if you could speed it up, that'd be nice. Elmo's there, Philly says. Yeah. It's him and Elmo. Yeah, Tommy Jordan and Elmo there. Okay, cool. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Ex-player. And hey, when we win it this year, it'll probably be Elmo that'll be drawing the balls out next year. And it's great to have him there because he's a great ambassador. Aaron Gillespie is asking, am I on my lunch break? Yes, I am on my lunch break. Yeah. So let's get this show on the road, Giorgio and Tobias. Let's go. Vela. Come on. We know who's in pot 1. Get them all out of there, please, quickly. Pot 2 is the box office one. Pot 1 is just who's going to lose to Aston Villa. Come on. Sally Foo will be drawing the balls next season, says Jonathan Richard. First ball out. Mr. Dellas having trouble opening it up. Oh, who is it? The very first team out is Lille. Jonathan David's Lille, who scraped through last night after extra time. Yes, and as Colin Mooney says, Villa cannot be in groups A or Group D. So Villa cannot draw Lille. I'm going to take notes of these, actually. Give me a second. Can't draw Lille. Villa. Who's next out? Mr. Dennis. Didn't do a practice run. Ghent. Gente are in Group B, so we can't. Oh, good boys. Come on, get this one done. Dinamo Zagreb in Group C. (16th time Dinamo Zagreb have been in a European competition. 16th out of the last 17, sorry. Club Brugge. Can't draw Club Brugge, so that's me out of that's my one out. So we can draw Eintracht Frankfurt. We can draw other teams. Alkmaar are in Group E. That'd be a nice draw. I'd like Alkmaar as well. Their under-19 team won the UEFA Youth League in April of this year. Ferencvaros are next. Yes, Jonathan, I want to confirm we can draw other teams. I know that much. Eintracht Frankfurt, Group G. Will they have Kolo Muani? Who knows? Unlikely. Today's the day to find out, though. And last one, Fenerbahce. Come on! Now we have it. The real pot. The pot everybody wants. The pot of gold, if you want to call it. Did Kolo Muani go to PSG already? I don't know, did he? Yeah, he's still with Frankfurt. They've reached an agreement. We'll see if it goes ahead today. I don't think he'll stay for sure. I don't think he'll stay. I think he's gone. But didn't he go on strike as well, Colomwani? I think he went on strike. Here we go. Part 2. Go on, Mackie Noble. Do us a solid here, buddy. Slovan Bratislava, not Aston Villa. They're going to Group A. So Lille and Bratislava in the one group. Why is my heart beating out of my chest? It's like I'm after drinking about 12 cans of Monster all in one go. We're pot 2. We're pot 2. We're pot 2. We're pot 2. Let's go. No, it's not us. Tel Aviv. Robbie Keane territory. Play Ghent. Come on, Villa. Come on. If Villa get drawn now, they can still draw. Like it's against Alkmaar, Frankfurt, or Fenerbahce. Aston Villa. We're out. The greatest team in Europe. The greatest team. Group B. Alkmaar. Alkmaar, everybody. Alkmaar versus Villa. Nice draw. Nice draw. Nice place, should I say. Nice draw. There we go. We got it. Alkmaar. Now we can sit back and we can talk about the rest of the teams. But Villa will play AZ Alkmaar. Victoria Pilsen are next, and they will play Group C. Dynamo Zagreb. Just in case any of you are just joining in, AZ Alkmaar will play Aston Vanilla. Aston Vanilla will play AZ Alkmaar in the group stages. Let's see what happens. Fiorentina will play Club Brugge. Ooh, spicy. Like it. Oh, they're going to Group F. They're going with Ferencvaros. So that's Fiorentina with I must say I'm kind of glad we didn't get Frankfurt. I will be really honest. Kind of glad. Bodo Glimt, big favorite of every footballing hipster out there. Norwegian team. Club Brugge, I'd say there. Yeah, they will play Club Bruges. So we've two more teams from pot two. POK Athens. Oh, they get Frankfurt. PAOK Athens. Pauk. Have drawn Frankfurt. They don't look too happy. They don't look too happy on the screen at all. And Ludogorets then and Fenerbahce. Come on, Patry. Let's see. Yeah, is it Alkmaar? I'm saying it's a nice draw because of get to go to Holland. Tough team. Tough team. Second in the league, got to the semi final last season. Definitely no pushovers. For sure. Definitely no pushovers. They're actually saying here now that is the tastiest pairing of all those pairings so far. Alkmaar and Villa being the tastiest pairing. This is brilliant. Did you see that Ludogorets display last night? If you know, you know. That is brilliant. Joey De Boer. That is excellent. Right, here we go. Mr. Delas is back on the balls again. Legia Warsaw are out first. And they come in with us. Legia Warsaw are in with Villa and Alkmaar. Legia Warsaw, Alkmaar, and Aston Villa. Tasty group so far, I must say. Who is next out of Genk are out. A. Group F. So we have, geez, that's a tough group as well. Genk, Fiorentina, Ferencváros. Yes, yeah, Jack. They are Legia Warsaw are Polish. Yes, and Mark Hans, you're right. Alkmaar do have Van Bommel's son plays up front with them. Yeah, yeah. Well, to the left of the front three. Mark Van Bommel's son, yeah. Spicy pricey. AZ Alkmaar fans, I think they were. I think it was the one that the West Ham lad went absolutely John Rambo on and started pucking 40 of them coming up the steps. It was like a scene from Lord of the Rings. I think so. I think so. Yeah, and exactly as Ansel Burrell says, IT crowd reference. Absolutely brilliant from Dowie De Boer. Oh, I've missed out on a couple of these because I was talking. Astana have gone into Group C. HJK Helsinki, Stephen. They go to Group G, Frankfurt, Pauk, and Helsinki. And the one lead. Yes, I'm like you, Philly. I want the Faroese team. And Besiktas. Ooh, that's a tough group. Club Bruges, Bodo, Glimt, and Besiktas all in the one group. Yikes. Spartak Trnava from Slovakia is next. They go into Group H with Fenerbahce and Ludogorets. I missed two teams that were drawn there, but they were drawn in Group A and Group B anyway, so we'll figure those out later. Can Villa still get Aberdeen? They can indeed. And yeah, Ligia knocked out Michelin last night. Yeah, they did. Ljubljana were drawn in Group A. Pot four. Come on. Who Villa? Who are going to face the mighty villains? Classic from the Faroe Islands. Let's go. Fourth pot. Yeah. Come on, Marky. Do us a favor again, buddy. Klaxvig. The Faroese team. We won't be going to the Faroe Islands, guys. KI Klaxvig are going to Group A with Lille, Bratislava, and Ljubljana. Next ball out. Come on. Bradabik from Iceland. Go to Group B. Very Icelandic looking men. Very, very good jawlines on them. Fantastic people. Who's out next? Balkani from Kosovo. They go in with us. No, sorry, they don't. They're going to Group C. Sorry, not Group B. Balkani. Still have a chance of Aberdeen. Still have a chance of Aberdeen. Zlinski from Bosnia and Herzegovina. We are going to be playing Zrinski from Bosnia and Herzegovina because they're gone into our group. I'm just going to put them down as the Bosnia team. No offense to them because I can't really pronounce their name. So that draws out our group of Alkmaar, Villa, Legia Warsaw, and the team from Bosnia, Zrinski, I think is how they're pronounced. Nice. Has anyone ever been to Bosnia before? Anybody ever been to Alkmaar? Anybody ever been to Warsaw? Pack your bags because we're going on a European tour, everybody. That's fantastic. I've missed who now the teams were drawn against there, but it doesn't really matter. Do you know what? I might even just turn it off. Might even just turn it off. You know what? We have Aberdeen. Oh wait, Aberdeen are going into Group G. Frankfurt, PAOK, HJK, and Aberdeen. Tough group for Aberdeen. And I'm going to just wait for the last two, I suppose, here and see where they go to. We have Lugano from Switzerland. They will go into Group F, I think it is here with Frank Varas. No, they go into the one with Club Brugge, Bodo Glimt, Besiktas, and Lugano. And then lastly, Nordjylland from Denmark are going to go to what looks to be the last group in with Fenerbahce, Ludogorets, and Spartak Trnava. Sorry. Excellent. So Aston Villa know who their opponents are going to be in the European Conference League this season, and it will be AK Alkmaar, Aston Villa, Legia Warsaw, and that team from Bosnia, whose name I'm not really sure how to pronounce, but there's Z's, R's, and N's in there. Which I'm actually going to turn it back on to see if I can get a correct pronunciation of it. No, AZ and Legia are not scrubs. No, we definitely will have to take them seriously, for sure. Zoria Luhansk were in Group B as well. No, Balkani, Jet Balkani are the team from Kosovo. Zrinski are the team from Bosnia Herzegovina. Yeah, Zrinski is I think is how you pronounce it. That's how Alex Smith or Matt Smith pronounced it. So that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Excellent stuff. I look, that's an exciting club. That's an exciting group. It's a tour of Europe anyway. For those of you who are giving out about having to go to Scotland for our playoff game, you get to go to the Netherlands, you get to go to Poland, and you get to go to Bosnia this time. If you do so wish to go to either of those games, and obviously we will host them back at Villa Park again as the season progresses. But I think that's fantastic. I think Unai Emery is going to be happy with that. I don't really think he really cared too much who we got in this tournament. Each team is game planned for anyway. I would imagine Unai is locked in a room somewhere, tabulating potential incomings for today, along with Monchi, along with Johan Lange, along with McKenzie and Rob McKenzie and the likes in a darkened room. Trying to get us the best players to try and make our assault on the Europa Conference League. But have to say, a really nice draw. I wanted a nice, tough team in there, as I said before, just keep us on our toes. AZ Alkmaar are definitely that. Would have probably preferred an easier team than Legia Warsaw, but we've gotten who we've gotten, and we just have to go to Poland and make sure that we win away from home there. So, win away from home against Alkmaar, win away from home against Legia Warsaw, and we're probably through. Is my way of thinking in this group. I don't mind if we limp through. I don't mind if we storm through. I just think that we should get through this group, and we should get through this group, no problem to us, and move on towards the qualification or the knockout stages, should I say. But each team here will have to be taken with a degree of seriousness. Obviously, it's a European competition. Each team will be coming gunning for Aston Villa. We're a team, and I'm just looking down along the list of all the rest of the teams there. We, correct me if I'm wrong, but based on who I have here, we're the only team ever to have won top honors in Europe that are in this draw. So from a historic point of view, we're going to have a target on our back. But keep me honest on that one, just in case maybe Frankfurt have won. I don't think that they have. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, and I'm looking forward to these games. I think tomorrow we will know the fixtures. Will be locked in tomorrow at 12:30. I read somewhere. So you'll be able to see the fixtures and the times and the kickoff times. I think are all locked in from tomorrow. So we won't have a long wait to find out when we're playing those games, what times we're playing them, and then I would probably hold off buying flights just until those fixtures come out for obvious reasons. So I think that's going to do it for us, guys. I got to run away. Unai's presser is on Sky Sport and it's news at 2:30. I'm going to take a look at that at some stage. Obviously, I won't bring it to you live. But thanks ever so much, everybody, for joining. If you do like this, give us a thumbs up. If you do like what you see, subscribe to the podcast. Before we go, Aaron Byrne, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Aaron says he was in Asia with and AZ with Dundalk before. So brilliant location. So excellent stuff. And you might be our tour guide if we ever need to go there, Aaron. So thanks so much. And thanks a million for the contribution to the podcast as well. I really, really appreciate it. I am going to leave you and love you, everybody. We will be back later on with a transfer window roundup. I'm hoping things kick into action over the next few hours. I'm hoping that we've got some irons in the fire. It's been rather quiet, but you know how transfer windows work. Hopefully we're saving a late surprise. We'll be back at 10:30 tonight to go through that. We'll see you then on the next podcast here with us. We will see you at 10:30, as I say. So thanks very much, everybody. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and all that's left to say is up the Villa.